Hey everybody, it's day 23 of my 30-day Disney challenge, and today's challenge is the movie that makes me laugh every time, or movie that never fails to make... I don't know, something along the lines of movie that never fails to make me laugh. The thing is, I can't really pick one. There's so many Disney movies that have, there's no one Disney movie where I'm laughing the entire time. And that's because, well, that I've seen anyway. But that's because every Disney movie has a perfect balance of drama and comedy and, just pretty much every genre that you can think of is in a movie. There's romance, there's all of that. But, yeah, but they all, like I said, they all have that comedy aspect, whether it's, the comedy relief character or just certain scenes in the movie that are hilarious. Now, the first thing that popped into my head when I saw this challenge was the scene from Tangled, where Flynn meets Rapunzel, and, the frying pan scene. It's hilarious. I laugh every time I see it. And later on in Tangled, also the scene where they're in the tavern with all the, all the roughnecks, and, was it I Have a Dream is the thing, is the song that they sing, and that scene's also equally hilarious. And also any scene that Maximus is in is funny. And which is why Tangled was the first thing that I went to, and that was going to be my answer. But then I started thinking, and there's scenes in other movies that make me laugh just as hard. And while they're not while those movies aren't predominantly comedies, which Tangled I think is supposed to be a comedy, but it still has all that really dramatic stuff in it also. But yeah, another example, Lion King. Lion King is the farthest thing from a comedy ever. I mean, comedy relief notwithstanding, Timon and Pumbaa. But let's face it, Timon and Pumbaa are basically, it's all fart jokes. And, I mean, it might make me giggle, but it's not going to be I'm not going to laugh out loud for, fart jokes. But the scenes with Zazu and Scar are genuinely funny to me. I'm a cynic by nature, so dark comedy works with me, and with Scar and Zazu, just the way they play off of each other, it's perfect. In the very beginning, when, Zazu goes to announce Mufasa to Scar, he's like, why weren't you at Simba's, presentation, whatever. That scene is funny, Scar eating him, it's Scar spit him out, that, it's hilarious. And then the later scene, and also he'd make a nice throw rug, that scene makes me laugh, genuinely. And then also, later on when Zazu's in the cage, and Scar's telling him to sing, and the It's a Small World joke never gets old. But yeah, while I wouldn't call Lion King a comedy by any means, it's one of the most it was one of the most traumatic parts of my childhood. It still has those scenes that make it that are genuinely funny to me. Another example of that kind of comedy is in Up. Again, Up is not a comedy at all. When you see Up, like I said, that first 8 minutes tears your soul out of your body, and it's a genuinely moving moment. But later on, the interactions between Doug, Russell, and Kevin are just magical, and it's hilarious. I laugh every time. And like I said, it's great because they're not. Well, I guess Up does have. I mean, obviously, it's meant to be a comedy. At least the later last half of it is a comedy. Or I guess the middle act is the comedy. The last act is adventure, action, whatever. But the first act is all the drama and sadness. But the comedy in it just shines through, and it's perfect, and it never fails to make me laugh. And another one that, I mean, again, when I started this challenge, when I initially went through and I'll do this here, and this here, it's I was only focusing on the animated stuff, but then like I said, halfway through, well, not halfway through. I think by like day 6, I remembered, oh wait, Disney has a bunch of live action stuff too. And as for making me laugh, I mean, I can watch Pirates of the Caribbean, any of them, except for On Strange Tides, or Stranger Tides, or whatever it is. Except for that one, I didn't really like that one at all. But the first 3 movies, I can watch those anytime I watch those, I still laugh at the sequences that are meant to be funny, like, and that's just attributed to Johnny Depp's awesomeness as a character actor, as Jack Sparrow, and also anytime that there's an interaction between Jack and Barbossa, it's just perfect, and they play off of each other perfectly, and yes, I laugh every time. So, I mean, I can't pick one Disney movie that makes me laugh every time, because there's so many of them. Whether they're meant to be comedies or not. I mean, like I said, Lion King is far from a comedy, and it's like source material is Shakespeare's Hamlet. So, Hamlet was a tragedy, and so yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say. So that's it for today, and for tomorrow's day 24, and I believe it's the movie that makes me cry every time. And let me double check that. Day 24, yes, a movie that makes me cry. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.